pick handle point, that's clearly going to be some kind of mining and gold rush period. There's miners' lakes, so there must have been a lot of mining in these areas, I'm guessing.
So I'm Natchee Barnd. I'm a professor at Oregon State University in ethnic studies and Native American studies. And I'm one of the authors of the article Words Are Monuments. Yeah, so I think it was important to try to place this in a science-based journal because these aren't the kind of conversations that usually take place, whether it be conservation or any of the other scientific type of journals. So we were really trying to aim at those folks who were interested in questions of ecology and environmental issues on conservation, but maybe didn't know how to deal with those questions about racism and settler colonialism, how to think about what that might mean in terms of place names and parks. Standard maps pretend as if they don't have any interest whatsoever, that they're just sort of showing you factual things that exist in the world, not things that are embedded with various kinds of values and sort of interests in them, that they don't somehow reflect who and what we are, right? That they're somehow culturally neutral or valueless. Strangely enough, right, we have sometimes when we're trying to make a name change or a place name change, some folks will say, well, why are you fighting? Why are you arguing about that? It's just a name, it doesn't really matter. Which is a contradiction, right? If it didn't matter, we wouldn't argue it. We wouldn't fight over it, right? So when cities decide they are not comfortable with a street being changed to Martin Luther King Boulevard, right? There's a reason for that because it does matter, right? It's symbolic and it has material consequences. And it could have material consequences in terms of how do we engage with different communities? How do we deal with questions of race? And how does something symbolic like a name actually help us do that? Or do we resist it? So I think symbolic is never something that's just ideas floating around in the world, but they're the ways in which we think about how to engage with that world and the decisions that we make. So the symbols are important, but ultimately it's the uses of those symbols that really do matter. And place names and street names and all those things always have actual impact on the material world.